Hello again, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski, along with Kevin, the Mayor Bryant, and we are in one of the best places to watch hoops in the entire state of Michigan. Hands down, we're at the Riverdome. We've got the Huron Riverettes taking on the visiting Skyline Eagles.
Hey, end of the year, this is the worst place to be if you're a visiting opponent, because in the Riverdome, they don't give up too many L's to their opponents because, hey, last 2 years, one. That's the only loss that they've given up, and they've already done that this year. Since these last teams met, let's see, Huron 7-0, they've beaten their opponents by 23 points a game. Yeah, you don't want to be playing against the Riverettes this time of the year in the Riverdome.
Riverettes have got a lot of players that they like. Mac Moore, he's got the name on that key 4 times?
I'm losing track.
Stick around and we'll see if it's another Mac Moore night or somebody else gets a chance for the key player of the game. We'll have tip-off coming up right after this.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you do me a favor, please leave a comment on some of the games you would like to view in the future, as well as hit that like button in the corner. And welcome back. We're now joined with the Huron head coach, Coach Casham. Let me ask you this. You've been on a roll. You're the hottest team in the SEC Red. How do you continually have your guys focus on the task at hand and not to look too far ahead?
Yeah, I think we're really just trying to make plays on the defensive end and try to hang our caps. On the defense, offensively, we knew that we could score with anybody. Defensively, it took a little bit of time for us to, be on the same accord and be on the same page.
Now, this is senior night. You have 12 seniors. What can you say about this class?
We're blessed and fortunate to have this group. They're all glue guys, program guys that I coach at the freshman and JV level. Every single one of them adds value to our program and to helping us achieve our ultimate team goals this year, which is to win a state championship.
Yeah, and you guys are on the way. You got a lot of goals ahead of you before you get there. Got city championship, SEC Red championship, and a couple big games. Next week you got Pie High on the road.
Yeah, I mean, one game at a time, one play at a time, one game at a time. That's our mindset. We're ready for the task at hand right now, which is Skyline. And as soon as this game ends, I'll be making sure that, we're prepped and ready to go for our next game.
Well, I hear about this online, and everybody that follows you probably hears about it. It's the Huron Way. Yep. Can you explain to me what the Huron Way is, and what does your players gain? What kind of traits do they gain from being involved in the Huron Way?
Yeah, just we got high character kids, so it's real easy to talk and preach about character when a lot of the kids that we have come in with that same trait. Unity is something that we really strive for. Like I said earlier, it takes some time to get the group to gel and see eye to eye and buy in and understand their role. But yeah, toughness and just making sure that the guys are prepared. And so taking pride in what you do and how you do it is something that we instill in them. But at the end of the day, our Huron Way is our people. Our culture is our people. And we're very blessed and fortunate to have, what I feel is like the best student athletes you can ask for.
Well, on year 2 here at the Dome, what do you want to put your stamp on this program, being you as the head coach?
Yeah, the Huron Way is something that Waleed coined and termed and defined. It's something that we want to instill in every season. I think just being the best person you could be, being the best athlete you could be, being the best brother, family man that you could be, is what we really try to instill in them. We don't want to settle for mediocrity or average. And so these guys, we want them to dream big, and hopefully whatever it is they want to do after they graduate, we're hoping that they're dreaming big and they accomplish those goals.
Well, congratulations! You got a lot of guys going on your way.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, we're very, very fortunate with the group that we have.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Kevin.
And as advertised, here we go, everybody. Huron River Rats 15-2, Kevin. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised at this point. This is standard stuff for Huron, but that's an outstanding record. Like you mentioned, at home, they're just killer, and it feels like an electric crowd tonight.
Yeah, well, let's drop this. Since this senior class, it's senior night, they've only dropped one home game in 4 years. That's an amazing stat. And to have 12 seniors out here, I mean, you and I were talking about it. That's unheard of, Nick. Come on now.
It really is. Like, senior night just kept going and going and going. There was a line almost out the door for
it's almost like
night.
Football senior night.
It was, exactly right. Not like this game is handicapped in any way, but Huron heavy favorites here for this one. There's the first opening shot there for the Rats off target. Offensive rebound there by Dumbuya, though. Senior Mo Dumbuya. Mac Moore, the lone non-senior out there starting for the Rats. And that's a nice touch in there for Dumbuya.
Dumbuya's the strongest kid out there on the floor. He's going to have people bouncing all over him and off of him, and especially down low in the box. That's where he owns it.
We'll see what the Eagles can do to try to match up against them both offensively or on the defensive side of the ball. First possession for the Eagles here now.
The Eagles got off to a slow start in this first matchup about a month ago. It was that second quarter where the Huron Rats, the River Rats, they kind of pulled away, Nick.
Well, the Eagles kept pace with them for 3 quarters. There's a long three, and you're going to keep pace when Jake Rademacher's making shots like that all night long.
And that was where the Eagles really shined in the first game, was behind the arc.
Oh, Mac Moore, just the smoothest of smooth shots, up and under, no rush, no urgency to that. Great finish by Moore.
And that's why he's the #1 junior in the state, folks. He can just slice and dice and find his way right to the spot he wants to get to.
Yeah, we'll talk about how smooth he is, his composure, all of the above tonight. In for a treat this first time checking out Mac Moore. Moore finds Kiefer. Kiefer with man in his face, no hesitation to send that one up. But that's rebounded by Noah Silkworth.
As Silkworth is the lone big man, really, for this Eagles squad. But he can take it out to the arc.
There's Ben Solomon out there trying to do a little reverse. Dumbuya on the miss, followed up by Justin Latham there.
The length is going to be a problem for the Eagles all night tonight, especially when Latham gets that bounce in his step.
Yeah, last time out, you were getting ready to call Latham the trampoline, and that is for sure it. And there's Jake Rademacher with another three-pointer to tie this one up.
Yeah, the trampoline does work, but I'm saying behind the arc, this Eagles squad, they can shoot it, and they can shoot it well.
Kiefer, another guy that has no problem taking shots, as we've seen a couple of times tonight. And I really like El-Kadi out there playing tough ball-on defense out there on Mac Moore, getting his face a little bit.
A little bit of contact going on, and that's probably what Mac Moore likes. He plays off of that contact.
Well, Moore's a lot bigger than him. Obviously, there's a send-over. Nice finish there. Mo Dumbuya, great give and go there by Mac Moore. Great vision.
And you can see Moore on the drive, and he keeps his head up on the swivel. Dumbuya on a great roll.
And now Silkworth in exactly the right spot down there. He put one in, 8-8 right now.
And we talked about, Nick, how Huron just wears opponents down, so it's not odd to see a team start off well against this River Rat squad.
Yeah, as far as conditioning goes, they're going to go toe-to-toe with anybody in the state. Like you said, they're going to punch you in the mouth. They're going to play real tough man-on defense.
And you can see here the quick put up by Silkworth because of Latham and all that size down low. You have to be quick when you're an Eagle.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna have to work the ball around quickly. They're gonna have to take advantage of shots like that, and they're gonna have to keep putting up those threes if they want to stay in this game with Huron. But yeah, back to Huron. I mean, just their conditioning is so good. It's been that way as long as I've been watching high school basketball out here. They've got strong legs, they've got a deep bench, and everybody, you talk about guys buying in, but that's exactly what happens.
And they call it the Huron way. We heard Coach Casham in the pregame interview talk about that. Those skills and traits are what the older players instill in the younger players. That's culture.
Big rainbow shot off the front iron, but Noah Silkworth gets in there, gets hands on that, and keeps the Eagles alive for this one. Another big three from Rademacher. That's his first miss. But the Eagles not giving up, just fighting, battling down low before the bigger Dumbuya just comes in and takes that one away.
Another catch and
There's
shoot by another keeper
there. Jaden Kiefer picks up where Big Bro had a couple of missteps early on. Contact now in the lane.
Good hand there by Dumbuya.
Yeah, we've seen a little physicality, but nothing insane. 2:50 to go. This first quarter is flown by. And speaking of flying, we're going to see
trampoline.
And that is what you like at home. This crowd going absolutely bonkers out there after a two-handed dunk from Justin Latham. Silkworth continues to battle on those offensive boards.
And Nick, we've been talking about this guy's springs for a while. That was an easy two-hander.
I was just gonna say,
that's like a layup.
It didn't seem like he went full bore on that. He just nice, smooth, no urgency, up and in, no big deal, two-hand dunk.
I think he's setting you up for later.
I hope so. I hope you're right. Mac Moore had that one poked away. First contact, first foul of this first quarter.
Yeah, loud of play, but first foul, right?
Which works for me.
And this is a good play because you know what Moore is about to do. I mean, Roebuck gets back there and puts a hand, and that's the lesser of two evils. You catch him on the floor, you're not in the bonus. I think that's a smart play.
Completely correct. I completely agree with that. Why try to be slick? Why try to get back and draw a charge? Just go after it and get the foul, and then no big deal. Right
yeah, you don't want to have this Huron team getting a bunch of transition buckets. They already got that dunk to play before, another layup. You can hear the crowd behind us. This is a packed gym tonight. So, I mean, the crowd is into it, especially on senior night. You can't find barely a seat in the house tonight on both sides of the gym, Nick.
Also a slam dunk, all of the social media that just was running across the screen. Check us out on the Instagram, X, everything in between.
Follow us, man. Come on.
Watch these games over and over again on YouTube, please. And yeah, please follow, send us a comment. Ooh! Latham there just barely kept that left foot.
Yeah, but that was a smart play by Silkworth. I want to let you shoot that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, pull out and let him take that shot. It's not that point in the game yet where he's feeling that great about his shot.
And this is already a win by that foul by Roebuck because now you get to set your entire defense, and you can see the Rats are taking some time to find an open shot.
Running shot there by Yassine Issa. He almost comes up with his own miss. And then a foul coming off on Caleb Brown. Brown just ran him over.
And on this shot here, was this a little bit too much contact?
Maybe.
Just a tad bit.
Hand was up and under the armpit, got some body on that. And another thing about that was not only the momentum that hit him, but just the size of all of these Rats.
Oh, they're huge.
They're so much bigger than the Eagles, like almost to the man.
Well, and that's again about that program and about having 12 seniors on your squad.
The one exception right here, Noah Silkworth. Banging bodies against Latham down there, and he had another easy two-footer.
And Silkworth and Latham, they know each other very well. They go back and forth, and they're not afraid of each other because one's going to block the other. They know that.
Right, it's going to happen. So you got me this time. I'll get you on the next one. It's just a matter of who ends up coming out with the most at the end of things. And the person that usually comes out with the most at the end of things, there, Mac Moore.
Uncle Mac.
Silkworth now 3 guys on him in the paint. Still manages to get up and spin away and get a shot off.
And you can see, I would gather about 75% of Moore's shots are layups. They're finger rolls.
I feel like you're right.
That's why when he shoots the three-pointer, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, no!
Right, he's got it in his arsenal, but that's not something that he needs to do. When everything else comes so easily. Like dribble back by Moore, he's just got that ball on a string, brings the double team into him to find Latham. And that's the thing that he does. He gets those defenders out on him and then finds one of his bigs, whether it's Latham, whether it's Doumbouya, whoever it might be. He's got great vision, and he's more than willing to give the ball up when he needs to. Solomon now with 12 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Gets around Moore, and he finds some men. Great perimeter work there by the Eagles. Took that one off his dome, did Alex Brayback, but still finished that one off. Moore with the last gasp, but that's a heck of a finish there for the Eagles, and they're only down by 5 at the end of this first quarter.
I mean, I'm just going to say, Nick, that's the way the Eagles hang around on teams, and that's why if you're a River Rat, you can't overlook the squad. Even though you got a hellacious schedule coming up, this game is not over yet.
This game's not over yet. Stick around. We'll be right back after this quick break.
People are getting out to walk and bike in higher numbers. More vulnerable road users and higher speed traffic can be a dangerous combination. Crash severity has increased, so if you're driving, be sure to slow down and look for people. There's no need to speed. If you're biking, ride with traffic. If you're walking, avoid stepping into the road if possible. If you have to walk in the street, walk facing traffic. Learn more at walkbikedrivesafe.org.
And welcome back, everybody, to the River Dome. You can see the top portion of the dome right there. You can see a full Huron River Rat, just full of rats. Full of rats, Kev.
I love it. And this is like a throwback game here because on Friday nights, everybody used to come out when we only had 2 high schools in town, and you could come and pack a gym out, and that's exactly what it is tonight. It's a great atmosphere.
Another long three by the Eagles, just intent on keeping this one down. 5-point lead right now for the Rats, 17-12. You know, what was the big thing for the Eagles there in that first quarter?
You know, I think their start. You know, they came out with the good aggression, and they knocked down a couple threes, calmed the nerves down a little bit, but Huron just has this way of wearing on you. And it's not like they have a 20-0 spurt, but they'll have a 4-0 spurt, followed by another 6-0 spurt, and that's how you get these 7-point leads.
Right you are, and you know what I've seen a lot of the Eagles tonight, though, too? They are attacking the rim. They're getting in there, whether it's Silkworth or we've seen a couple of their guards go in strong, just trying to get something going, maybe even trying to draw fouls. They're not drawing the fouls, as we only had 1 foul that first quarter, which, hey, man, I'm all for it.
I was going to say, don't mention that too soon, but tell you what, great steal here by Brown.
Christian Brown poked that one away. Man, he was flying up the court.
How many times have I mentioned Brown for Skyline, though? This is a guy that you're going to have to keep your eye on because he never gives up. He threw the pass. He got back to clean up his mess.
Brown drew the contact there, so we've got the Rats with the ball again. Just solid defense there by Brown, sniffing that one out. And now the Eagles just all over the floor. Mac Moore step back shot. Yeah, he moved that pivot.
Yeah.
He knew it, and that's a veteran call by one of our officials tonight. I believe Gino Walker out there on the far side.
How long has Gino been reffing?
Because
we have a staff tonight out here.
35 years for Walker.
But he's a young guy, right?
43 from Beagle, and then the other gentleman, I only got his first name, Larry. He said he's been reffing since 1988. There is nearly 100 years of officiating out on the floor tonight. And honestly, I'm seeing it.
That's why you didn't have all those crazy
They're not
fouls,
letting anything
right?
go crazy. This
Exactly.
is exactly what you want with a game like this. Love it. Love every moment of it so far.
And another thing that we haven't mentioned, this is the first time, Nick, that we have two River Rat former players coaching against one another.
It feels like it was bound to happen just with the history of this program, but yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, Lamar gets out, I believe, in 06, and then Casham in 09 or something like that, really close. They overlapped one another under Coach Samaha.
Yeah, that really just speaks to the program, and not just the athletics of it all, but these are smart guys, obviously. They're running programs, smart, motivated players. There's Latham there from the corner.
And we said that, right? Somebody wants their name on a key tonight.
Wild swing into the lane there by Ben Solomon. And there you see Latham.
Oh, and it was a nice release by Latham. Top of the jump, right?
No, that was really smooth. That's not your standard big guy three-pointer.
And Latham goes up with the left hand that time. But I don't know too many players, Nick, who's going to grab the ball away from Dumbuya.
No, that's true. That's a great point. I mean, Dumbuya, that's a strong kid. And yeah, to go in there and pull that one away, that is a motivated young man to go in there for that.
Big business decision. I can't do that. Oh,
Latham
nice.
there finds Dumbuya. Nice fake, and then the spin around lefty. Oh, my. At halftime, I'll be Googling synonyms for smooth, because I just need more, and I can't say it enough. All twine from Ellerson there.
And again, you can see, like you're mentioning, Nick, the Eagles, they no back down. And maybe it's an indication of, hey, our record is not the best of records right now. We have nothing to lose.
Jack Kiefer, another three. Don't let him heat up, too. If you get all of these rats firing on all cylinders, holy cow.
Yeah, inside-out play of the River Rats. That's why they're picked to go deep in the playoffs this year again.
Just like that 11-point lead for these home Rats right now. But as you said, the Eagles will not go away. They have no problem cutting it in there. Smart move playing it out to Silkworth there, and Silkworth's going to try to find perimeter now.
And you know
right along the baseline.
One thing that the Eagles have really cleared up is turnovers. That first game, they were turning the ball over a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and that just speaks to a team that's growing and maturing, even right in front of our eyes 2 weeks later.
And I like to see this. Kiefer knows where his bed is. What is it?
Bread is buttered?
I can't say that today. I'll just say he shoots the three-pointer well.
All correct. All correct.
Yeah, but every time we see Jackson Kiefer, he's usually posted up in the corner, knocking down trays. He doesn't come too far up around the top of the arc.
No, yeah, that's for sure his spot. That's where he's most comfortable. And yeah, don't let him get going down there.
Ah, the cheerleaders threw the shot off there a little bit.
It's Caleb Brown bringing the ball up now for Huron. Finds Kiefer in the corner, more than happy to work it around a bit. Moore really trying to get Dumbuya involved.
It kind of looks like they're really feeding these seniors the ball tonight.
Yeah, and that's just also, as usual, speaks to how smart Moore is. He knows it's their night. He knows he'll have his chance for this next year.
Like that?
Yeah.
And that was with his left hand. So, I mean, he really makes it difficult for the defender to try to get a hand up on that shot.
Well, I mean, he just elevates so quickly, too. There's very few defenders that are going to be able to do anything about that.
He's quick, he's fast, he's, strong, I mean, and touch.
And not to be outdone, Ben Solomon. Ben Solomon just continues to go into the paint with no fear.
And you can see Moore there smartly going in with the left hand, but again, with strength.
Yeah, that right hand was going to be no-go the way he played that right along the baseline and up underneath the board.
I think Solomon got caught on that foul there trying to catch Moore, cut off that baseline. And you can see Moore is efficient going to the left or to the right.
There Moore tried the no-look, throw it in. I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah, it's fun. Makes for good slow-mo, I saw that.
And here's a spin cycle.
Just incredible, keeping the ball on a string like that, step back, man still in his face, and hits that three with no problem. And just like that, the River Rats up 30-16. Feels like a blink of an eye.
And this is like a carbon copy of the first game. Really, that second quarter, after the Rats fill you out, they take over in that second quarter, and it's just so hard if your opponent trying to match them up inside and outside.
Well, and just watching that one again, that could very well be in the running for play of the night right there. Mac Moore back, behind the back dribble back shot. That might be play of the night, but look at all the games we've got coming up where all more play of the game's going to be going on. Huron, Pioneer, at Pioneer next Tuesday.
Yeah, and that's going to be some retribution game for the River Rats because the only loss this season on this floor was dealt by the Pioneers.
Yeah, the River Rats know that.
That's definitely on their minds. We talked to Mac Moore right after that game. We had him, and he said, we want to kill everybody in front of us, just like we want to kill the rest of the season of this schedule.
Just plow the road going back into Pioneer. Skyline comes off of that timeout, looking very wide, looking for a shot just like that, I'd imagine. Silkworth now pushes away. They're going to call that offensive on Silkworth.
And who drew that foul?
You tell me.
Yeah, Mac Moore. Uncle Mac Moore is in the place to be always. Look at him on the defensive end. Silkworth, a post player. You can't just go through a player, though.
No, Mac Moore did a nice job of making himself wide. He was planted. He had his time and paid a price for it, but gets the foul, and the River Rats back on offense. Another nice backdoor cut there. Finished with Latham.
Boy, more to Latham. That's about the third time you've seen that where Moore has found Justin.
Yeah, those two are clicking this evening for sure.
This River Rat defense this second quarter, they've allowed 4 points.
Last touch, Eagles. And it's crazy. Another thing I love about the dome here, sorry, there's Latham there finishing there. But the thing that draws the biggest screams from these crowds are these defensive plays.
Yeah, they know
the defense.
They know where their bread is buttered.
There you go.
Just need to slow down a little bit,
we'll get
right?
You key player for that one. Yeah, they love it. They appreciate the game. They understand the Huron way, as you've said a few times tonight. Mac Moore, long three, and
did he look over at me?
Dagger of daggers.
He said, Kevin, I can shoot a three.
19-point lead now here for the Rats. And the Eagles have got to figure something out, whether it's continue to cut inside, which, yeah, there we go, we see Ben Solomon. But now he's starting to pay the price.
I think you're almost playing into the Rats' hands when you go fast on offense.
You want him to take a little bit more time, work the ball around a little bit more, I agree.
And look at Moore just put another person in the spin cycle. That Hezzy dribble step back.
And it went far enough back. I mean, that's a college three he just knocked.
Easy. And it was just a nice flick of the wrist. That was accumulation of fouls on that play.
Yeah, you could have called that on a few different people for sure. Evan Tinkham now with the ball again. Moore out on that wing that he's shot so well from. interesting to try to work more in a little bit of a different way a few times up the court. I mean, obviously you can't always have him with the ball, but just these different looks has got to be crazy for the Skyline defense.
Yeah, and there's no, at least from our vantage point, we haven't seen the weakness that you can put more in. Outside, he's in his wheelhouse. Inside, of course, he's in his wheelhouse. Distributing the ball, wheelhouse. The kid is just an all-around special player.
Hand off to Silkworth, and he's above the rim, finishing that off, and breaks a massive drought for the Eagles.
He could have threw that down. I mean, he was just hanging around, right? Look at Silkworth here. He's just hanging around. I mean, I think he took it easy on the rim that time.
I think you're right. In my mind, why not do that? Maybe it's not as much of a given as that easy lay-in, that easy drop.
And you know how long his arms are. I mean, because we've seen him at go-go gadget dunks that he's done before. Yeah.
And I think he might have been just a little bit further than maybe he initially thought when he got up there. He looked at it and said,
man, where's the ladder at?
Yeah.
He's just standing up there.
Yeah, Silkworth listed at 6'4". I believe every inch of that for sure.
That was at the beginning of the year. He's had a growth spurt. It's really though, Nick, this defense for the Riverettes has just been outstanding, and the lid has just shut closed as far as any offense for the Eagles.
Well, yeah, that first quarter, you saw the Eagles hit a few three-pointers. You saw them busting into the paint a few times, and that's just not something that they're allowing now.
Now it looks like you're going into a half-court trap, 1-3-1 for the Eagles.
No worries at all for the Rats on this, though. They've got no problem with Kiefer and Moore just tossing it back and forth. They've got 29 seconds to go here in this first half. And now you're starting to see some cross-court passes. Not a ton of pepper on those passes, but still just tiring out those top-side guards. And now Moore gives it off to Kiefer. Kiefer, nice ball fake into the corner. And now sends it back down to Latham. And Latham, no problem finishing that with 4 seconds to go here in this first half. See if the Eagles can get one more attempt. Solomon for 3 to finish, but no go. And the Riverettes take this commanding 37-18 lead into the half. However, you never know what you're going to get, so stick around. We'll be right back. The CTN Sports Game of the Week.
For 20 years, the Bryant Community Center has enhanced the quality of life in Ann Arbor. The facility is owned by the City of Ann Arbor's Parks Department and operated by Community Action Network, CAN, allowing the city to share its space, and in return, CAN provides community support. CAN partners with children, youth, and families from under-resourced Washtenaw County neighborhoods to create better futures for themselves and improve the communities in which they live. The Bryant Community Center hosts a food pantry, academic achievement, and life skill enrichment programs, in addition to a variety of other services for eligible families. The site is available for receptions, special events, and meetings. For more, visit a2gov.org/parks.
The University of Michigan Wolverines football team, Team 144. Back-to-back Big Ten champions. And now, your 2023 national champions. The season in which the players titled Unfinished Business has reached its pinnacle and officially ended in business being finished. After a 26-year drought, the conquering heroes have cemented themselves among the leaders and the best once more, following a perfect, undefeated 15-0 season. The celebratory parade took place the Saturday following the team's national championship victory, and despite the freezing temperatures, ice, and snow flurries, fans showed up in droves to pack the streets of downtown Ann Arbor. From South University, down State Street, all the way to Schembechler Hall, Wolverine faithful showed their unwavering support for their new national champions. The nearly mile-long parade featured the university's Board of Regents and marching band, highlighted by the Wolverines players and coaches. With the grand finale of the parade consisting of an old vintage Ann Arbor City fire truck carrying an overjoyed Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh and several players cheering from the truck bed. Needless to say, it was a joyous event to mark an end to a historic season. The University of Michigan football team 144, on behalf of all the fan faithful here in Ann Arbor, congratulations and go blue.
And welcome back, everybody, to the start of second half action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Nick Wisniewski along with Kevin Bryant. Kev, can you recap that second quarter for us?
20-4.
Ouch.
And that's all you need to say, right? I mean, that was the Rats stretched out this lead by their defense, really, and transition buckets and just overpowering the Eagles.
Yeah, I think everything that's simply, concisely put, but that sums it up very nicely. See these Rats out there again, still with this 19-point lead. Still got their starters out there, still got their main dudes out there, not taking the foot off the gas. And that has a lot to do with, again, the conditioning and the hard work. You'd want to maybe think like, hey, let's sit some of these guys down, get them a little bit of a rest, but they need to be strong going into a killer part of their schedule.
Oh, yeah. When we talk about it, next week they go with Pioneer, they go to Lincoln, Pioneer, Saline, Lincoln, River Rouge, all ranked teams in the top 50. And that play there, I think it was a foul on Dabuya, going down low. Yeah,
cleared him out a little bit of a hook. One of the rare fouls that we've seen this evening. We were even talking to our officials there. We can see some of them right now. There's Geno Walker again. They're happy to swallow the whistles and let the game play out as long as things don't get out of hand.
It's a clean basketball game, too. There isn't really too much going on. Wow, that was a quick timeout. I'm not sure if the Eagles had possession of the ball to call timeout there.
Heads-up play over there, though, if that's the case. Real heads-up play.
It looked like it was a loose ball action going on, and it looked like Brown was still sticking his fingers in to pull the ball away from look at Solomon.
Just right there, I think that he had enough possession. Yep. Two hands and a little bit of movement. I think
that's a very liberal whistle. I'll leave it at that.
It was
that came kind of quick.
It was well played again. Yeah. just wisely played over by that Eagles bench. Once again, you can see exactly where we're at with YouTube. X previously we saw on that. Check out some A2 CTN Sports on Instagram to get some really fun behind the scenes.
You throw some photos up too online. I love to see the photos of the cameramen and the folks doing the replays. That ugly old director we have back there, man.
I don't know about ugly, but he's a good guy.
Have you seen him up close?
Guy. He's hardworking. Hard working.
Is my mic still on?
He always wires the mics perfectly, exactly how we need them. Yeah. Always on top of things, can fix all of that issues. There it is.
We had a lot of material to go with too on that.
As always tonight, absolutely. No, everybody's great. Yeah, the behind the scenes, I think everybody deserves as much credit as humanly possible for bringing these broadcasts together. Everything just comes out so well.
Makes our job easy.
For sure. Mackmore makes things look easy with that crossover, up and under. Silkworth playing tough D, got in his grill.
Man, that might be a highlight right there. Mackmore down low, missing.
And there's Dumbuya again. What do you think the percentage is? I know we don't have official stats on this. Percentage of points in the paint for the Rats here tonight.
Oh, I mean, every night, that's where they live and die, inside the paint, 10 feet in, and that's well coached, right? I mean, and it didn't just start with Coach Casham. It started with Waleed. You know, they get the ball, transition, easy buckets off of their defense.
And there's Rademacher. We saw him shooting the lights out in the first half. He tried to go in there, not there, but just too big of dudes down there, getting in there with the trees. And there's another three-pointer for the Rats. Christian Brown, another Rat getting on the board.
Yeah, but think about that ball movement on that play there. You see Latham. You don't see too many post players with multiple assists out on the arc. Maybe throwing the ball from the post back out. But this guy is showing his real game tonight.
And Latham's already got a three-pointer tonight. No sooner do we say that, Latham led Makari Moore just a little too far. But Dumbuya steps up on this one, and this is a 4-on-1, but snuffed out by the Eagles. That's a heady play of staying in there, not getting overly aggressive, not committing any fouls.
Oh, and yeah, that got up under the skin of the Huron coach. I mean, you can see a little lackadaisical pocket pass, and you can't do that against Brown's length for the Eagles. He can stick his hands out and roll across the entire paint.
I mean, even if he had alligator arms, just the nonchalantness of that pass.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
No, and you're right. Coach Casham is not going to like that, not going to appreciate that, and he's not going to hear, hey, we're up by a lot. Rademacher now having a hard time getting back in that first quarter groove.
Yeah, ever since the first quarter, that basket has just gotten smaller and smaller and smaller for the Eagles.
But not to put too fine a point on it, this is what the Rats do.
You know, it's like a boa constrictor. It gets around your neck and it just keeps going. The harder you go, the harder you lose what your composure is about.
Braylon Brown with the finish there for the Eagles. They get on the board here finally in the second half. Eagles are playing that high defense again, trying to get some traps. Eagles having the River Rats having no problem working the ball around and being patient with that offensive game plan.
Yeah, the one thing you got to love about the Eagles is their effort. Good finish by Brown. We know we're going to see a lot more out of that young man in years to come. But the aggression on the defense by the Eagles, that's what they needed in that second quarter. It's good to see here.
That's Graham Baker inbounding there. Just couldn't quite find his man.
Nice look away.
Nice look away and great cut down there by Brown, but quick recovery by the River Rats to get down there and not let him finish that play.
I think they call that on number 14, Caleb Brown. Let's see, the no-look pass down low. A lot of ball, right?
Yeah, but a nice job of faking and getting that man off his feet, and that's the big thing there, which is why we've got some time at the charity stripe here.
See, I really think, Nick, the power of your microphone went to work because you said something to the official. You were like, hey, what's going to go on? And I'm going to bring that old nickname back up out of the box.
It was a jinx.
It was.
It was an absolute jinx. It was just a killer jinx, and you're right. Still, only 2 fouls in this quarter. I'll take
go with
that.
You on that one.
I'll take that. Oh, up and under there, alley-oop toss, alley-oop attempt there into Akil Fry.
Good job by Brown on the defensive end. We talk about him a lot as an all-around player. Watch how he eyeballs the pass out and just gets in between and not really block it. Just gets in between the Huron player, right?
Just stays his position, right? He's not turned exactly towards his man, but he knew exactly where he was, felt him out, and didn't let that go.
Ben Solomon with a sweet scoop shot there, Nick.
We've seen that from Solomon a few times tonight. He's completely fearless going into that paint, knowing what he's going up against. And the Eagles continue in that high-pressure defense, maybe trying to take advantage of the fact that a lot of the River Rats' mainstays are not out there currently.
Exactly. You can watch Solomon. That was a little hezzy go, and then he double clutches with the scoop shot with the right hand.
Brown lost that one over to Issa. Issa now on the break, all alone, finishes that one. Just all of these River Rats can handle the ball. All of these River Rats have such composure. You don't see too many of their guys running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They're so composed.
And you can see it right here on this play right here, the poke and go. Immediately up the court, Issa's down, head up the court, and I'm going to finish.
Well, Issa's up there, and there's 3 other dudes going with him, too. There's not everybody standing there watching him.
I like that.
Everybody joins the team. Everybody joins going up there. Man, it's just really impressive. Solomon back to work. Got the fake. He ended up losing his
Matt Moore turned
there.
into official there, right?
Well, and he was pointing at the official. He knew it. They knew it. Just wanted to make sure everybody's on the right page.
Let's check the footwork. It's that left foot, and yeah, that left foot did pop up in the air a little bit.
Now the full court press for the Eagles.
Oh, this is dangerous if I'm the Eagles.
For sure. River Rats get that long pass, but that one's thrown away by Christian Brown. I feel like the Eagles need to slow it down.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the Rats are lulling him into speeding the game up.
Pete Roebuck with a crazy deep three-pointer.
A little deep. He was on the bench.
Press broken by the Rats and Mac Moore. He gets a little something extra for his efforts down there, face first.
Yeah, and that's something that you can hear the crowd take a big sigh as Moore goes down to the ground. That's a player you don't want to get injured.
Well, it's not that he even just went down. He went down face first onto his chest. It seemed like he didn't get his hands down underneath him either. He just like surfboard.
And he's a thick player. We talk about how he plays like a kind of like a Dwayne Wade. Not an NBA player, but the body size and the way he throws his body weight around is similar to a Dwayne Wade where he's not dunking or shooting three-pointers.
Yeah, that's a really great comparison. Nice move inside the paint there. Moore draws the foul.
That's a Cotty on the foul there. And again, right what we were just talking about, Moore backing his player down, put him in the spin cycle, and then he's just so strong, he can get his shot off over anyone.
Yeah, El-Kadi came up under his arm, kind of got him right on the elbow there. That's pretty much all you're going to do. Moore misses the second of 2.
This third quarter's kind of slowed down some of the last minute and a half.
Yeah, it hasn't looked quite the same way as Silkworth thought he was going to get that. That was just a little too high for Noah Silkworth to grab and push down.
That's the exact same play we had in the first game, about the exact same time on the clock in the third quarter, where Coach Hamilton draws it up.
Silkworth nonplussed, keeps going back to the rack. River Rats defense closes in on him. 3 dudes stops him from getting that one.
Good outlet.
And now this fast-paced game, this back and forth right now, but neither team really seems fully comfortable in how this is going. Haven't seen a lot of finishes despite the pace picking up exponentially here.
Latham was trying to set his man up for a house call on that dunk.
Front rim there by Kendrick Mourning. Another wide open shot for Roebuck. Kiefer the younger pulls that one in. Mac Moore thinks he's got Mourning up front there.
Man, I think both teams are a little tired.
I don't know if they're tired. I feel like you're right. Like things got slow. They got into those doldrums, and then all of a sudden things picked up so fast. I think both squads are having a hard time just figuring that out. And I think we can even see Ben Solomon right now holding up his hand, just saying, hey, let's slow this up a bit, 60 seconds to go. And then he goes ahead and just goes right in.
Did he lull somebody to sleep?
Yeah, Solomon has really nice awareness.
What a shot by Moore.
Silkworth got all sorts of contact. Moore paid the price again.
but more
buckets for him.
I mean, you see how he hesitates outside, he pushes off of his man, and then he really just shoves off Silverworth like he was a fly.
Well, that and the body contortion too. His shoulders went back, his hand went forward, as you need to do. Yeah, we've seen it over and over from McMorr. And you can see that last Skyline opportunity. There's Solomon, after calling everybody back, after telling everybody let's pull back, he goes right in. McMorr with the long three to possibly finish the third. Front iron,
Still
that one
time.
pops out,
Still
squirts out
time.
a bit there, and the Eagles might have one last chance. Off the glass, and that could probably be the story of that quarter for the Eagles. River Rats up now 47-29 as we go into our last break just before the fourth quarter starts. Stick around, we'll have more action on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
Congratulations to CTN on its 50th year anniversary. I'm Brigitte Maassen, host of Senior Moments. Senior Moments has provided Ann Arbor seniors valuable information of health, wealth, finance, and entertainment. The show has been running for 22 years. In other words, it has been covering almost half of CTN's entire history. For these 2 decades, a number of wonderful guests have been introduced to our brilliant hosts with fun and excitement. CTN will surely continue its service for the next decade and more. As long as CTN continues, Senior Moments also will continue to serve seniors with pride and joy.
And welcome back, everybody, to the River Dome. You can see the River Rats 47-29, but Kevin, that score is not entirely indicative of what we saw that third quarter.
No, that third quarter, it was won by the Eagles. They outscored the Rats by a single point, but they outscored them kind of similar to the first game. It's just those second quarters, the Eagles can't escape those.
Yeah, I would say the Rats just had a hard time finishing, never got a real true flow going on. To me, those are kind of some of the things that I saw. But that's credit to the Eagles.
And just how the Rats finish. They start this fourth quarter aggressively shooting the ball in the paint. They don't settle for outside shots that are ill-advised.
Unnecessary, I think would be another word for it, right? Like you're up by 20, well, 19 now. You don't need those three-pointers. Work the ball around. You've got these two bigs that have such great footwork, have such great awareness. They can pick and roll them. They can make their own shots. So why not try to work down to them a little bit more?
It's a good game plan.
Brown makes the second of those free throws, and Ben Solomon, once again, down in there getting some buckets.
Was that with his offhand too? It looked like that was his right.
Yassine Issa comes in and draws the foul.
You see with the crossover there, Solomon comes inside, and that always throws the defender off when you throw with the offhand inside.
Right, I mean, you're playing him in a certain way where your hips are letting him go a certain way, and then when that hand changes, your body's all out of position, and you shorten your length.
Well, the student section for the Eagles is sitting.
Quiet. quiet.
And they're just not. I think they might be checking out what they're going to study this weekend because they're very studious, and they're not.
They are sharp kids up there.
They have some time on their hands.
Yeah.
And their hands aren't going together
well,
or clapping.
They haven't had a lot to jump up and down about, right? I mean, even when you look at Ben Solomon coming in there and getting those lay-ins, it's been a while since they've had that big splash three, or it's been a while since you've had a big Noah Silkworth play, and that one bounces up right through Silkworth's ear. Not going to get it on this time up the court either.
And it's nice to see right now the Reds have all seniors out there on the court.
Well, they could take these 5 out and put in a whole nother 5 group of seniors.
With a little extra.
Long 3 there.
I think that was Harding. I think that, yeah, Harding, he changed his number on us from 23 to 24.
And here's what the Eagles need to do. Get the ball, work it around, make the River Rats work hard on defense, tire out those legs, and try to find that open shot, three-pointer or other.
But like you said, that's the River Rats' wheelhouse. They would almost rather prefer to play defense, and I bet they open their practices on the defensive end.
Well, and they get so much energy from this crowd as well. Like, they cheer on those traps. They cheer on those kids coming back. They cheer on the blocks. There's so much energy by playing tough D.
And we can see this play here by, looks like some knees banged. Oh, it looked like Brown falls into, is that Roebuck?
Yeah.
And he went right to the end of the bench. Yeah, that stings.
Yeah, that doesn't feel great. And I think, he's frustrated by probably a lot, but especially the ending of that.
Yeah, when somebody rolls into your leg, yeah, I mean, as the play is over, really, basically. It's his leg or his ankle. One of the two got twisted up.
Gotten a little bit on the ankle there. Now we'll see him again. He'll be back for sure. Silkworth spin around, tries to get over Latham, but Latham just too much, too big, too much extension.
I think Silkworth's a little out of control there. Good thought. Bad finish.
Moore now continues. You could just see Moore looking for Latham on that one. And not in an obvious way. There's Latham with possibly his second three. Oh, that's his third 3 attempt. He was feeling it. All right, by 20, why not?
Oh, heat check.
And that's nice ball movement there by the Eagles.
Well, we'll check out Silkworth. Giving Moore a little taste of his own medicine, trying to do a little spin action. But like you said, Latham is just so long and big down there.
Yeah, the spin-a-rooney was well executed. He got one dude off him, but Latham just went up with him smartly. And yes, waiting, exactly right.
Yeah, Brown was, I think if he continued that underneath move, he may have been able to scoop it.
You might be right about that, but before that even, that's textbook hoops right there, right? You draw some guys in, you look for that short interior pass.
It's smart, though, to get the contact if you can't get the shot off.
Yep. Yeah, we continue to see, these Eagles, honestly, just playing above their mark. And there's a lot to like about this Skyline team.
It really is. It's a shame that Silkworth is a senior. He's not going to be back because they have a lot to build off of, and they need somebody big like him. And, I mean, Mac Moore is going to be back next year for the Rats.
And there's Silkworth with the and one.
And Silkworth he's a good player. I like his game. I mean, I like a lot of the people's games over on the Skyline side because they have that energy and that heart. And that's that one thing that sometimes you can't show up to the gym with.
Well, even beyond that, I feel like their fundamentals are really, really strong. You see that with a first-year coach. You've got to institute things, but you've also got to start over and work on certain things, the things that you want to build a program to be. And I think that's coming along really nicely because this team is fundamentally very, very strong.
Yeah, and it's almost as opposed to we have a first-year coach and a second-year coach, and you can see the difference of a program and a coach that's taking over a program that is not as established.
No, you're right about that. Foul there. 4:48 to go here in this fourth quarter. Rats up 53-35, but man, it does feel closer. To me, at least, just here down on the court, it feels like this one's a little.
Well, it's competitive. I mean, that's that never give up action by the Eagles, and you appreciate that and like that for the crowd as well as those players. Those players they're learning on the fly that, hey, this is a part of how, because microcosm of a sport, right? This is how my life is going to be. I might be up against something too big, but I'm not going to give up.
That's right. Keep it going. Keep doing the day-to-day things, the left foot in front of the right foot, and you never know where things are going to end up. And then we determined that was Andrew Harding there hitting that?
Andrew Harding. Okay. Quarterback Andrew Harding, right?
That's right. That's right. One of several quarterbacks for the Rats.
And that's Latham. I believe that's his 4th assist.
At least. And like you said, it's not just down on the block with these interior, exterior passes. That was cross-court. It was one-handed, not like textbook fundamentally strong, but he could see the opening, and he got it to where it needed to go. Great pass.
I really think it was, and we'll probably go to that for one of our top plays of the game. Our key play of the game is when he had that dunk. You know, early in the game, he set the tone with that dunk. It was like, I'm going to run this house tonight on senior night.
Latham gets back after that miss, and that's a dunk right over him. Braylon Brown, I didn't think that he had that kind of ups. He's long, but man, he got up there and he went over Latham.
He went through Latham on that dunk. That
through
was
is a better
special.
Word. Yep.
I mean, the way that Brown, he might be getting some more.
Wow! Drew contact, went up, changed position, and finished lefty. That got the Skyline
we finally got the student
there.
section going now. Look at this flush. That is a flush.
One-handed, Moore gave him a little something for it. And then on the right back down the floor of the second time
he went with the other hand, the scoop shot.
Now you're feeling that electricity. Now you're feeling that energy on both sides.
And that woke up the Red side as well, too. First you come with a dunk, and then you go with a scoop. And, I mean, that dunk even kept Latham on the floor the second time down.
Yeah, Latham knew that he didn't want to go after him again. Latham knew that he didn't want to commit a foul. You saw him hold his hands down and play D.
One poster's enough for me.
Well, but, I mean, also, he still made Brown change his direction and change where he was going. He just finished it as well as you could do it.
Love to see Brown hit the meal table, put on a couple LBs because he's thin out there. He gets it done though.
Yeah, I think that'll be something upcoming for Brown. Yeah, he's only a junior. Jaden Kiefer now to Baker. Baker now over to Latham.
It looks like everybody's just sitting out on the three-point line right now, trying to find a stat.
Very interested to go out there and shoot some threes. Yeah, nobody down along the block for the River Rats. It's almost like a keep-away time killer.
Until somebody reaches in, and then you can blow by.
Then you take that opportunity. Yeah. Exactly right. Right you are. 2:13 to go now here in this one. Huron's significant, sizable lead, and you can see that Huron, or you can hear that Huron crowd really cheering on their people.
Yeah, and they really like Latham coming out too. They're really cheering him on. A senior with a stellar game. Might not have finished on a great note, but getting flushed on. But I tell you, played an outstanding game.
Yeah, as he always does. Again, another really fundamental guy. He can do everything. But most importantly, he does those things you need him to do.
And see, this is people are gonna look at this score and think that this game was really, really close. And to your point, it has been a competitive match, but it hasn't been a close match, right? But now, Skyline's chipping away.
Well, like you said, what the Rats will do is they don't go on big, long stretches usually. They'll get, 2 or 3 buckets in a row, then give up a bucket. Then 3, 4, 5 buckets in a row, then 1 or 2. But over the course of the game, those leads are just adding up. Exactly. Right.
It's sort of like they're not a volcano. They don't explode, but they are like lava because they will come down and ruin your day.
Yeah, like one of those fissures in Iceland.
It slowly
comes for your house.
Steaming coming at you. You can't stop it.
Yeah, nothing
it's
you can
going to ruin your day.
You're right. Nope, can't stop the Rats. That's something that I think we can pretty significantly say. Can't stop this crew we've got here for CTN either. Game of the Week crew, can't say enough great things. We got Mad Mike Koski on camera, Katsumi Tim the Guy, and Jelani Embry all doing camera tonight, as amazing camera guys as they are. Graphics tonight, Mo El Mazri. Jacob Still Married Smith doing audio replay. We got the full
He's still married?
contingent. Still married.
Nice.
Still married. Full contingent out tonight.
I missed that
As
bet.
usual, I am Nick Wisniewski with Kevin the Mayor Bryant. Thank you everybody for checking this one out, and thank you to everybody who makes this broadcast so incredible to work with. Silkworth misses that front. River Rats now 150 to go here in this one.
Now they'll do good just to take the air out of the ball now and just move it around.
But the Eagles aren't going to let them. The Eagles aren't having that. You can see they're playing that tough man. They're coming out on those perimeter players. They're not letting them go.
And that's what Coach Hamilton is trying to instill in his players, that sense of mentality that it's never over. Don't look at the scoreboard. Look at what we're trying to do as far as our program is concerned.
Well, and it's about conditioning too, right? This one out of hand. You're down 15 points, 140 left. But maybe next Tuesday, you're only down by 3 or 4. And if you're used to just dogging it for the last 2.5 minutes, you're not going anywhere.
And see, and Casham knows exactly what building a program is like, and Hamilton does too. He played over here, he played with the Rats, he knows what he's trying to do, and it's not, let's just say it's not an event, it's a process.
Yeah, you're not going to put your stamp on something overnight. Yeah, so what something that a coach like Hamilton will be trying to do is taking all that knowledge that he got from the Huron way and then putting his unique stamp on it, bringing it over to Maple Road.
And this is one of them. Not just dropping back and allowing the team to dribble out the clock. Play strong defense until zeros are up on the clock.
Yeah, go up. Like they say, leave it all out on the court, right? Give it 4 full quarters. That's all they're doing out there.
And you're teaching the underclass as well as the JV and the freshman class that are watching.
Right, teaching them and setting expectations as well. .58-41 now, and you can see those Eagles not giving up, still going to the rim hard, still going to the rack hard.
And I know Casham wants to get all the rest of the seniors that haven't touched that floor out there. Now it was at that timeouts for.
Yeah, I love that. That's great awareness by Coach Casham. Expect nothing less. You get those seniors out there, and they can get that big crowd bump that they so well deserve.
Well, and they've worked just as hard as all of the Moores as well as the Lathams that have been out there in practice. So, right. I mean, this is your reward, especially when you're a senior.
Exactly. It's not like these kids just showed up to the gym tonight, right? They've been putting in the time. They've been putting the hours and hours. They've been working hard, and they've been leading in their own unique ways.
Yeah, it just doesn't take the starters or the players on the court. It takes the entire team to build this culture that the Huron way.
Right, you're not going to be this successful of a program, you're not going to be this successful of a squad just with 5 dudes, right? And it is from one end of the bench all the way to the other. And yeah, these kids do deserve every clap, every scream, every high five that they get here tonight.
4 SEC red championships in a row.
Amazing.
That's massive.
Right, like this is not a walk-through division.
No.
You've got tough teams year in and year out in this city alone.
Well, in the city, and then you think about the conference. Saline, they're 9-1. Pioneer 7-2. Lincoln 7-3 in the conference. The top half of the conference is heavy.
Yeah, you can't just walk into the season and just mark like, hey, we're going to win it this year. You can't do that, but Huron consistently is putting their stamp on it.
Huron's a notch above.
Yep. Yeah, and so much of it has to do with this environment. So much of it has to do with these fans. It's always fun to come out here and do a game like this.
It's different to be in the Dome than any other stadium. I mean, not just the look, the feel.
And being down on the court here, like you can just feel it. You can feel the crackle of the energy all around.
Right on top of you.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like for the players too.
And now 28 seconds to go here in this one. That's Caden Morning dribbling this one out. Curious to see if we'll see a move for it or if this is just going to be the end of it. And that will do it. And these seniors will get that massive applause that we were talking about. Fans on their feet, bench out there, giving all the high fives that they so rightly deserve. And there we can see that's it for this one. 58-42. River Rats come away with the win, but stick around. We got Kevin Bryant wandering out there for our key player of the game. We'll be right back with that one.
Hey folks, I hope you like what you're watching, and if you do, hit that little like button and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at A2CTN Sports. And welcome back. I'm now joined with Justin Latham, our key player of the game. Justin, you had a great game overall. You were outside the arc hitting three-pointers. I had, I think, about 3 to 5 assists for you, but the dunk. Break down the dunk in the first half. And I got a nickname for you. I'm going to tell you after the dunk.
Really, honestly, like, you know, we do a lot of film. We learn a lot of their plays and sets. We know, like, I know when my man pops, the ball's coming to him. So I just, you know, got to jump on it, tipped it out there. Just ran as fast as I could to get down the court. Just throw it down for the crowd and for my teammates.
Yeah, trampoline, because you look like a man jumping off a trampoline when you're dunking. You got a lot of air up under you. What does this game do for you as far as your season, though? You guys got a couple big games coming up.
You know, it's just, you know, putting the SEC more into our favor. You know, we keep winning, and we get the number 1 seed. We get the first game bye.
Well, our key player of the game, I'm going to allow you to put your initials on that thing. And Nick, close us out. Justin Latham, 13 points, big dunk, our key player of the game.
And thank you so much, Kevin, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this one. Once again, from the Riverdome, the River Rats victorious over the Eagles, 58-42. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
You know, it's to keep on the top shelf besides the goals?
What's that, man?
The peanut butter.